Hi, today we are doing a cut test on ZDP 189. This is on the Spyderco Endura British Racing Green. This whole series of FRN knives in this colour are all ZDP 189. Now, in case you're not familiar with these tests, I try and keep it as backyard science as I can. I've put the same edge on all the knives. So what I do is I get a work sharp knife and tool sharpener, and I put the kitchen knife guide on the work sharp, and then I put the edge on using that guide. So it gives you like a steep convex type edge, not the sharpest edge in the world. So it's not like a even like a good Tormek or a good Edge Pro edge, but it's a good working edge. And then I cut the same rope, which is the Sisal rope. And then the sharpness isn't tested on how much rope is cut, it's tested on how soon the knife stops doing this to paper. So how soon the knife stops slicing paper like that. So that's how we tell when the edge is spent, so to speak. So without further ado, what else? Is there anything else I need to cover? I'll be using mainly the front part of the knife, or pretty much exclusively sort of from there on, just so, because this is a long blade, so I'll try and wear this part out of the knife rather than this part, just to keep it fair. Every knife I've used has had that much blade at very least, so keeps it as fair as I can. Now this isn't the be all and end all of testing it, really. Just look at it as another data point. All the results I've had so far are consistent with what you would expect, except for one which was a bit of a soft batch of S35 VN. So let's get into it. ZDP 189. Alrighty, so ZDP was the highest performer so far, which is pretty impressive. I mean, I'm not particularly surprised because I know it's got crazy high amounts of carbon in it, and really, for it to perform about the same level as M390 is, I'm not super, that's not amazing data to me. It's making me look back on the M4 a bit and thinking what was going on there, because I always figured M4 would be about the same level of performance as ZDP, so it might even be due for a retest. I'm not sure. They both had the same edge, both even on Spyderco, so I don't know. One of the main things that's probably affecting this is the Rockwell. ZDP generally runs at a really high Rockwell. Even in Spyderco, I've heard it's between 63 and 64 sometimes, so it could well be that, and it will hold that longer Rockwell edge for a fair bit longer than, say, even one at 61, or which I think is what the M4 is at. So interesting results all around. But as for this being a really high performer, certainly not surprised with that. I've had a couple of knives with ZDP 189 in it already, and they've both seemed to hold for ages and be fairly difficult to sharpen as well. So yeah, what do you think? ZDP is a great steel, and it's great, nice, readily available in a few Spydercos. So it's one of those really high-end steels you can have for not a great deal of money. So it's one of the things I really do enjoy about Spyderco. They put the Maximet, they put the S110V, they put the ZDP, they put the M4, they put the HAP40. They put them in their nice basic FRN handled blades, so keeping the prices down, just so you can see what really long edge retention actually is. Alright, well that's this one done. I'll probably be lining up some sort of conclusions in the next little while. There's a few more steels I do want to knock off the list, but I don't have them, and I probably won't for a little while. So my Maximet Native 5 just seems to be in limbo. I'm not sure when those are actually getting released. Some LMAX is probably on the horizon at some point. I just don't have a knife that I particularly want that's in that. So yeah, I'll probably be doing some general blade steel conclusions in a few videos time. So thanks very much for watching, dudes, and I'll see you in the next video.